Close your eyes and picture the Silk Road. What comes to mind? Camel caravans trekking across deserts? Traders carrying silk and spices through dusty mountain passes. That's the image we've all been taught. But here's the twist. The most powerful Silk Road didn't run across the land. It ran across the sea. For over 1,000 years, the Indian Ocean and the South China Sea were the highways of the ancient world. The Silk Road of the Sea connected China, India, Arabia, Africa, and even Europe. And this watery network didn't just move goods. It moved ideas, religions, and entire civilizations. Let's dive in. It all started with the winds. The monsoon winds, to be exact. Traders figured out that every year the winds shifted, blowing westward in summer, eastward in winter. This created a reliable natural timetable. Chinese merchants could sail to India with the summer winds, then return home when the monsoon reversed. No GPS, no engines, just sails, skill, and the rhythm of nature. So what traveled these sea routes? Silk, porcelain, and tea left China. Spices like cinnamon, pepper, and cloves came from Southeast Asia. India contributed cotton, gems, and Buddhism itself. From the Middle East came glass, textiles, and later Islam. East Africa sent ivory, gold, and even enslaved people. And waiting at the far end? Rome and later Europe, hungry for luxuries they couldn't produce themselves. But here's the part I find fascinating. The Silk Road of the Sea wasn't just about stuff. It was about cultural fusion. Buddhism spread from India to China, carried by monks and merchants. Islam traveled across the waves, shaping entire port cities like Malacca and Zanzibar. Even food moved. Chili peppers from the Americas eventually transformed Asian cuisine, all thanks to maritime trade. And those port cities, they weren't just pit stops. They were the beating hearts of global trade. Places like Calicut in India, Malacca in Malaysia, and Guangzhou in China became melting pots where African, Arab, Indian, and Chinese merchants haggled side by side. Imagine the sights: Persian rugs, Chinese porcelain, Indian spices, and African ivory all changing hands in a single marketplace. Of course, power followed the money. Whoever controlled these maritime choke points controlled the world economy. That's why kingdoms fought over ports, why pirates prowled the seas, and why later, European empires like Portugal and the Dutch East India Company muscled in. The Silk Road of the Sea laid the foundation for centuries of naval dominance. And here's the big takeaway. The oceans weren't barriers, they were bridges. Long before airplanes and container ships, the sea was already knitting the world together. The Silk Road of the Sea shaped cuisines, religions, and economies we still live with today. So next time you hear Silk Road, don't just picture camels in the desert, picture sails on the horizon, monsoon winds at their back, and the sound of languages from every corner of the world colliding in a bustling port. What do you think? Was the Silk Road of the Sea even more influential than its land-based counterpart? Let me know in the comments, Dark Detectives. And remember, like and subscribe. It helps a lot since the algorithm doesn't exactly favor this kind of deep history content.